there, Lori here. So today we are going to be doing a country wreath. So this is a sign I found, and it's really cute. Would you love that? So it has cows and chickens and pigs on it. It's farmhouse style. And then I have two different ribbons we could use. Now I did use this one. So they both have the same cows, pigs, and chickens, but this one says, this one has the writing kind of on the side and in the middle, and this one strictly has the writing down the center. Okay, so same theme, two different styles. You can figure out which one you like, but we're going to be using this one. And unlike some of my other wreaths, we're actually only going to use two ribbons. So we're going to use this ribbon, and we're going to use this ribbon. So this ribbon comes on a 50-yard roll, and whenever possible I do try to use as many of the 50-yard rolls as I can, because it really does cut down on cost. So we're going to have these two together. As an alternative, you could do stripes with the black. Okay. Now, we're going to be using a 15-inch white work wreath. And we're going to be using this burlap. So this is very interesting burlap. It has the red and white check. It has the black and white check. So you can see how well everything kind of goes together. So we have our red and white check and our black and white check in our ribbon. We have it in our mesh, and then our sign is slightly different so it'll stand out. So we're going to do the poof curl method, okay? But I want to show you how I'm going to cut it, so let's move this away. So I'm just going to pull it out onto my mat. I like to put something down to kind of hold it in place, because even though this roller really helps me a lot, it just helps to have something kind of holding it down. So I am cutting every 12 inches. So let's see, right here. So with this burlap, it tends to be a little bit thicker. So I like to cut just slightly. Okay, so these tend to be kind of stiff. So I really like to use a little bit larger size of this. So what we're going to do, I cut these at 12. All right, we have a whole bunch already cut. So what I like to do is go ahead and open up all my ties. Okay. So we'll just open them up. It just makes it a little bit easier when you're working to open these up. Okay. There we go. So what you do when you do the poof curl. Alright, so we're going to do these one at a time. So we're going to alternate. You just take it and you just curl it up. You don't want to curl it tightly. You just want to curl it loosely and make sure that bottom piece is open. Then you take it, you place about 4 inches on one side in a tie, like that, and 4 inches on the other side. Now you don't have to measure, you just kind of eyeball it, and then you gently pull out the poof, okay, just like that. All right. Okay, so you just pull out the poof, okay, and then you go on to the next piece. So you're just going to take it, you're going to roll it up loosely, grab the ends, pick 4 inches on each side. So I usually go to about where these are starting a new piece. I want to make sure that bottom piece is open, and I kind of like to just kind of do this a little bit before I put it on, because if you do that, it loosens it up. It's a little bit easier to maneuver. So open this tie back up, set this one down right on top, tie it back down. Remember, you want this open piece to be here, so put this side down like that, and then open up your poof. Okay, so you want some of it to be tucked under, so you just want to pull it out like that, and make sure that your curls are moving so that you can see them. Okay? And we're just going to keep doing the same exact thing over and over. Take it, curl it up like that. Half and half, bottom open. Open the tie, place it down, tie it off. Same thing with the other side. Tie it down. Then open it up. You don't need to be in a rush. Okay? Then we do the red piece. Take it, curl it loosely, grab those ends. Now this red one is a lot stiffer than the black one, so I'm kind of working the red one to get some of that stiffness out. It really will help if you just work some of that stiffness out. Okay? Go to the other side, tie it down. Then I want to pull this curl up, make sure it's going to be standing up. Okay? Because they'll have the tendency to want to fall down. You just have to pull them up. And then open this up. Just like that. There we go. Alright. Alright, so then we'll go to the black and do our curl. Alright. Grab our ends. Open up this tie. Put this one down. Pull that tie up, go to the next one. So you do this all the way around. Okay? Just like that. Okay? So we're going to do a red. So curl it up. Break that stiffness. Put it down. There we go. Just pull out the poof. Pull our ties up. There we go. Okay, back to the black. Just roll, roll, roll. Grab the ends. Open, put it down. This side down. And open up that poof. There we go. See how it has a tendency to want to hide behind that poof? So that's why you just want to pull it out. Because the curls are part of the pretty. You want to see those. Alright? So again with the red, so almost all the way back around. Break it up. Okay, place it down. There we go. Pull this up. Spread it out. There we go. All right. So we have 2 left on the bottom. Okay. So just open it. Place it down. Tie it again. Place this side down. Tie it off. And pull this out. Pull that curl up. It wants to hide. Don't let it hide. With the burlap, you might have to work with it just a tad more than you would some of the other because it is stiffer. So you might have to work with this a little bit more because it is stiffer. But the end result you will really like. Okay. So now we're back to where we started. So you can see there's a tie, there's a tie. So we're going to open both sides. We open this side, put this one down. Okay. Open this side, place this one down. Make sure we pull those curls back up, and then we can pull out that poof. There we go. All right, so we're done with the bottom, so you can see what it looks like. It is literally freezing every second. All right, so now we're going to start on the top. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go through, open the ties up. Just makes it a little easier. There we go. Okay. All right. So we'll start with the black. We're going to do the same thing. Roll it up. Grab it at the ends. Put it down. Okay. Okay, so we just take it, grab on, put it down on each side, tie it off. Just doing the same thing. You just pull open your poof, keeping the ends tucked in. All right, and then we'll do the red. Okay. So just curl it up. Okay, so let's work on the red. There we go. Alright, so we'll just open it back up. Place it down. There we go. And pull out the poof. Okay. We're going to do just like the bottom. We're just going to alternate. Okay. the one thing we're going to do that's different on the top is we are going to add a second layer on this top. You really could get away with only having one layer, especially with this mesh. It just depends on how full you want it. So, I will show you what it looks like when we get done with this, so that you can kind of know what it would look like. Because of course it would use less mesh if you just did one of each. Okay. So now we're going to the black. Okay. So let's see how it looks, and then we'll decide if we're going to do a second row or not. It is burlap, so you are going to get little strings. You can just pull them out. Okay. All right. Always remember to have that opening on the bottom. That's what enables you to have that nice poof. Okay. I really think we could get away with just one on each level. Maybe not. Let's just see. Okay. Let's try this off. There we go. Now this is rustic design, so remember a little bit of fraying and stuff is kind of expected. Okay. So on that last one, you have to open up that tie, put this one down. So you're opening up a tie on both sides to put down on top of the last one. Okay. Alright, so this is what it looks like with just two on it. It's actually pretty good. So these rolls actually come and they are 5 yards apiece. So if you wanted to do a really full wreath, then you would need to do a second layer on top, which means you would use both of the rolls. If we stop now, we'll have enough to do about a half a wreath. And so what we're going to be doing is we are going to be adding on our ribbon and then our sign. You see? So it just means that what we could do is we could put our sign in the middle, and then you can't even tell that there is less fullness. So let's try it. Okay. So I've cut all of my ribbons at 12 inches, just using my perfect tails. So each side is 12 inches. And then I did do a little dovetail. So I just take them, fold them in half, okay, and then I'm going to go starting on the bottom, and I am not going to open my tie back up. I'm just going to tie it on top, because then I don't have to worry about putting my ties over, because it'll go ahead and use the rest of it. Alright, so I pull them out, just spread them out nice, and that's going to cover any little areas that we would have that would be showing. Okay, so again, just right on top, tie it. Okay, and spread these out. Okay, so see, we want to keep this almost monochromatic, but there are three colors. There are three colors, so it's not really totally monochromatic. There we go. All right, there we go. So just tying them in. And then spreading them out. Okay. Just pull it down, tie it off, and spread them out. Okay. Just remember, you can really pull on those ribbons to get them to go where you want them to. You kind of curl the ends a little bit. There we go, so we've gotten the bottom. So now we can work on the top. Okay. Alright, so on the top, we will spread them out. Okay. So we're going to put them down, tie them off, still not opening those ties. We're going to put one to the front, one to the back, and one to the sides, and that will cover up any areas that we have that might otherwise be showing. Okay. You take your finger and pull it underneath it like that and get that little curl like that. There we go. That one just wanted to be difficult. Go. Right. Okay. Oh, I really like these colors together. Very nice. Whoop. I was pulling them the wrong way. Okay. Okay. Kind of makes me think of country napkins. I like it. All right, last one. Okay, just put it down here. There we go. Awesome. All right. So we got all of the ribbons in. You see? That looks good. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to put the sign in. So I am going to use staples on here. So Sweet Bella's probably going to run. Okay. Oh, and don't forget, I have my Easter kit out right now, and they will go fast. So if you want one, make sure you go get one. All right. So when I use the staple gun, it's pretty thick wood, so you can see. So I will just take this, I'm going to turn on my glue gun, and I'm going to fold this over, and I'm just going to staple it right down. Whoop. There she goes. Bye, girl. Alright, so I like to do at least 2. Now, if your wood is not thick, then put something like felt or foam or something down here just to keep it from going through and ruining your sign. Whoops. I'll slip that under there. Alright. I like to do 2 just to be on the safe side. Okay, Bill. I'm done. Alright. And then this one comes with little something staple. So a lot of times you can take your thinner wire. This is my 18 gauge. I said 18 gauge. I mean 26 gauge. Okay. And I can slip it through these little staples. This just kind of prevents me from having to put another one down. But sometimes you cannot get it through. And if you can't, don't worry. This side's easy, I can tell. There we go. So see how it slipped right through? Sometimes you can. And it just kind of saves you an extra step. And sometimes you cannot. It's hard to say. There we go. I always tie it tight like that, just to make sure it's not going to come loose. Okay. All right. There it goes. I just needed to hold my mouth right. Okay. Well, I got it through. I just have to get it out. There we go. All right. If possible, just put a little dab of glue on it, just to kind of keep it there. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to let that dry for a second. And while I'm letting that dry, I will just let you know that, just keep in mind that I do have a design group if you're looking to learn more about making wreaths and selling wreaths. I do have a design group. I also have a business group, and I have a group of people I call the Cubbies, and they are in my business group, and we form a community, and they learn from me and they learn from each other. It's really a great atmosphere. It's very positive and supporting. So especially when you're first starting out with business. And I want to tell you something that I hear all the time. One thing that I hear all the time is, I think that our industry is flooded. And I can tell you for a fact that it's not. You're just seeing a small portion of people. And really what you're seeing is other people who make wreaths, not people who buy wreaths. So I just wanted to address that because I hear that so many times that I think it's important to say that it is definitely not true. But you know what? Making wreaths might not be your thing either. You may just like to make them for yourself. And that's okay too. We have those kinds too. Alright, so I just take my sign. Alright. I'm going to put it in the middle. Okay, I'm going to take one side, I'm going to go around the frame, and I'm going to take the other side of the wire and go around the other side of the frame. And I want to get my sign right there. It's always better if you can tie it down to the frame, because it's just going to be a lot more secure, a lot steadier if you do that. Okay. So I will tie this wire around several times because I want to make sure it's not going to come loose. Okay, once I'm comfortable, I'll trim it off and just tuck it up. Okay, I always have more wire than I need, and that's okay. I will pull around the ribbon right where I'm tying, so that you don't lose it. That. The rest of them I will leave out. Okay. So I'm going to take one side. I'm just moving my mesh so I can get to the frame and tie it down. Now I like to use this silver wire because it does easily hide. So it's much easier to hide this silver wire than it is to hide the green. That's why I like it. Okay, trim that that off. Make sure it's all tucked in. Now you can leave this part on or take it off. It's really up to you. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the bottom. Okay, so I'll take this, kind of go around on my little mesh here. Go to the frame, and I'm gonna tie it right in. So you want to tie it tight enough to keep it on there, but not so tight that it would squash anything. And then I will take my ribbons and I will pull them out. That's going to cover up where I tied it and ensure that you can still see my cute ribbon. Okay, last one. Okay. Go. Same thing, I'm just pulling it down. And tying it beneath. I will flip it over just a second and show you where it is. Alright, so you see here, here's the two black pieces. See, and I just take it, I don't know what that is. And I just, whoop, I lost that piece. Okay, so I tie them together like this, and then I tie it around the frame. So the silver pieces are up here, the black pieces are down here. You just want to make sure they're tucked in so they won't come loose. All right, and then you always want to shake it, just make sure it's good, and then just kind of make sure all your ribbons are still in good shape. Yes. It's okay if one of your ribbons kind of comes over the side a little bit. Kind of gives it a little character. There we go. Alright. There we go. Alright. And there it is. So you can see all the sides. You see? And just like that, we have a nice farmhouse wreath. I love it. All right, well, I sure hope you enjoyed this. And I will be back with more tutorials soon. Thank you so much for coming along.